Well, did you know what today is?
June 21st?
No, it's June 22nd. Yesterday was June 21st.
I'm a little off today then.
Yeah. So it's Quake's 20th birthday.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
No, I knew that, obviously. I'm just kidding.
All right. So we're have a little special edition of the NOCAST to celebrate Quake's 20th birthday. Happy birthday, Quake.
Yay!
Woo! We're going to play a little Quake, but first we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to play it and talk about it.
Right.
So Quake, interesting game. I think in terms of its legacy, you can look at it and you can say its multiplayer is pretty much perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, but its single player is a mixed bag. It's got a lot of things that I love. A lot of things that I really love.
Yeah.
And then it's got some things that I don't love.
It's no Doom. So if you think of the progression from like Wolfenstein, right? You have these maps that are just flat out all horizontal, right?
Yeah.
And then you have Doom, which has some serious verticality, but not to the level that Quake has, right? Quake allows you to move in a vertical way.
You can have bridges.
You can have bridges.
You can walk under something you can walk over.
Room over room.
Yeah, room over room.
But my opinion, even more importantly, besides that, is that you can rocket jump and grenade jump. So you can really move to the level quickly, and they really, it did a great job in their mapping, allowing you to do that. So that's the one thing I will say that Quake has, is when you play it, you can really approach everything from like a very vertical way that you cannot approach with Doom or obviously Wolfenstein.
Yeah, no, and it's interesting that verticality kind of, and just the physics engine of the game lends it to sort of really high skill ceiling. So you watch these people who do like Quake done quick.
Ridiculous.
They can beat like the entire game in 9 minutes or something like that.
Absolutely.
It's insane.
Insane.
I spent the last 2 days trying to beat the game. But yeah, it's really the three-dimensional like verticality of it all. It made it so that because multiplayer in Doom is fun.
Yeah.
But it's not anything like the multiplayer in Quake where you can just leap down on somebody with just rockets blaring.
They're different, yeah.
It's just a much more dynamic experience, even though Doom multiplayer is really fun. Don't get me wrong. Right. I like Doom multiplayer. I just think that Quake has a much more interesting thing because of the three-dimensional nature of the game.
I think one, obviously the rocket launcher, just being like the Quake rocket launcher, right? Like the best rocket launcher ever, right? I mean, come on. Anyone who's played Quake probably I would agree. I would think so. It's just the best.
Right.
And the grenade launcher. It's such an unpredictable weapon. It has like a physics engine. You can bounce it off walls and do all this awesome stuff with it. So I think that really changed.
See grenade launchers in games anymore.
The only thing that really...
The Demo Man, right?
Yeah. And that's literally a direct port and response to Quake. So, but yeah, I don't know. I love grenade launchers. Serious Sam has one. Okay,
that makes sense. I mean, I don't know. Doom, like Quake it's an interesting game because it was a rushed game. So much of its aesthetic and gameplay and design principles are kind of like half-baked.
Right.
Because originally it was going to be this like weird Nordic mythology first-person melee game where you played as Quake.
I'm kind of glad it didn't turn out that way.
Just because it might have been like...
It could have been crap.
Quake kind of like visually looks like a 3D Heretic or Hexen, like a
kind
little
of,
bit. You can kind of see how they were going down that route.
Right. It's sort of it's like more of a dark fantasy though, because like Heretic and Hexen are so colorful.
True.
Especially Heretic.
Yeah.
Heretic is like, shooting rainbows practically.
It looks like Hexen, maybe.
But it does. Yeah, it does. No, Hexen totally has a similar feel. You're right.
Right. But
much better combat than Hexen though. God.
Hexen's combat's
Hexen's got some... I don't love Hexen or Heretic, I'll be honest. I love Raven, but I think they've had... Their later games were better.
What has Raven made that's good?
Jedi Knight.
Okay.
Jedi Knight 2 and
Have they
Jedi
made anything
Academy.
recently?
They develop, I believe, maps for Call of Duty. They do DLC packs, I believe.
That's... Okay, well, that's cool. I mean, anyway, 20 years of Quake.
Yep.
Like, Quake, it set the stage for a lot of things, right? Quake is kind of the beginning of PC gaming as we know it, sort of gaming as we know it. Because before that, you had these weird PC games, and if you wanted to play multiplayer, you had to call each other,
right? And
you had to do all this weird shit, or you had to connect to some like weird server in Texas, and that server would kind of route you around. But it was really a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
When it comes to Quake, all of a sudden you can connect to servers that are always there, they're dedicated.
Right.
You can have this persistent multiplayer experience.
And also the hardware acceleration.
Video
cards,
it's
3D.
3D.
No more software rendering.
Like pretty much everything that is what gaming is now is kind of was born with Quake.
Yeah. something that people don't really ever talk about.
Not enough.
Not enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't hear too much.
So it's crazy that it's been 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
totally agree.
Do you remember the first time you played Quake?
Yeah, I was at my friend's house. He told me that check out this game Quake. He didn't really preface it with anything, and it's like, hey, this kind of reminds me of Doom. It's got like the guy's face in the bottom, and it's fast, and you're blowing dudes away, and
it is fast.
Of course, it was by the guys who made Doom.
Yeah.
But I was a kid, so I just used cheat codes. I remember opening the console and Impulse 9.
Oh.
All those fun commands, all weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
When you're a kid, I don't know. I always cheated in games.
Right. No, I always cheated too in Doom. It was stupid. It's like I didn't learn how to play Doom until I was an adult.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my God, this game's amazing.
To actually really dive into it.
Yeah. But
it's true.
So let's start a new game.
Okay. What are you going to do? What hard difficulty are you doing?
Well, because we want to see me die a whole bunch, I'm going to go ahead and pick the hard skill difficulty. So, okay, this particular chapter is really annoying. That's actually probably my least favorite.
So this is your like Doom chapter, right? It's even called Of the Doomed, Dimension of the Doomed.
Dimension of the Doomed.
Yeah.
So I guess like this part looks pretty. Like, you could kind of imagine a place being like this, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It looks like a Doom style tech base. It
does look like a Doom style tech base.
It doesn't look like a place that, I mean, maybe.
It's interesting that you start each level, each one of the chapters, you start in like a tech base, you go into a strange portal, and then you're moving sort of between worlds. Should I go down to the secret?
This door opens elsewhere.
So, okay, here's one of the weird things about this game, right? Like, the combat in this game is not nearly as good as Quake. Or, I'm sorry, as Doom.
Doesn't feel as refined.
Like, the shotgun in this game is
bad.
A pain in the ass. Like, I don't like using the shotgun.
It's like what Romero said. They just slapped the guns in at the last part of development.
Right. And I mean, yeah, it's another thing you feel like the rush. You feel the rush with this.
Love those jibs.
Look at how many times you got to shoot people.
Yeah. The shotgun's like the pistol of Doom, It's pathetic and weak. And
it's interesting because so much of the game requires you to use the shotguns. You never quite have enough ammo for this gun I'm about to get up here.
The nail gun?
The nail gun. The nail gun's a pretty fun weapon to use.
It is.
But you just never
those 9-inch
really have enough ammo for it. So am I going to speed? Holy shit, there's so
So
many
you know what's interesting? This level was actually made by Romero. And
really?
It geniusly represents the new engine. So like this part right here, this lighting, right? Lighting that changes, and room over room. It's bridges. See, so you can fully see how he's illustrating the 3D design of Quake.
That's interesting.
It's pretty cool.
Romero apparently almost always made the first levels, except I think American McGee made map 1 from Doom 2.
Sandy Peterson.
Okay.
American McGee made map 02 though, Underhalls.
Okay.
But Sandy Peterson, I think he made the most maps for Doom.
So I love how like these maps are so different.
Yeah.
That it's almost like people
where the hell am I now?
Designed them in a vacuum though. I mean, some of the maps feel just completely disconnected from one another. Like
these enemies have never made sense to me. They're awesome.
Oh yeah, they make no sense.
But they're nonsense. They have a chainsaw and a grenade launcher.
Yeah, in their belly.
And like what realm are they from?
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. And it's one of the things I like about this game is the just insane, illogical, just absurd aesthetic of the game.
And it kind of like doesn't almost even care.
Right.
And that's what's great. Like this double barrel shotgun is awesome, right?
Look at how many shots it
But
took
it's
me
no super shotgun.
It's not that awesome though.
It's pretty good.
It takes so many. Like, I'm gonna die if I.
Oh man, watch yourself.
Right,
There's some.
Let's go get some health packs.
Yeah, get some health over here. Watch out.
Oh well, like I said, there's gonna be a bit of that.
But yeah, the super shotgun of Doom has that click, that timing, that You get into this kind of like, I don't know, like trance of like rhythmic. You can jump around corners and blast someone and take cover. This game doesn't really have that with its weapons. It doesn't have that kind of like rhythm of the guns.
It doesn't have the sort of like dodge ballet that Doom had.
Yeah.
I'm just taking those rockets.
Yeah, you're eating this. It's pretty good. There you go.
Okay.
Love that jibbing though.
The jibbing is pretty amazing. The jibbing in this game is way better.
It never gets tired. The 3D jibs and the particles flying. I love it. This guy's dropped 2 rockets every time you kill him, which is pretty nice. Here's a new thing.
They do?
Projectile traps.
Projectile traps. Yeah, the traps in this game, I'm trying to think, there might be a couple of traps in Doom.
I don't think it has like traditional these kind of traps. It has like traps where like, you step into, like you grab an armor, like a door will open and then a bunch of demons will come out. But it doesn't have like projectile, like, you know, or maybe like a trap where like you'll, yeah, I think it's just like that. Where like unleash some enemies on you.
Okay. See,
or like a ceiling will come down and squish you.
Here's a complaint I have with this game. Like I said, it's a game that I feel like it has some really great elements and some really terrible elements. This is about as many enemies as you'll ever see on screen.
Yeah.
And they are all cement monsters.
Yeah.
They take enormous numbers of rounds to kill. You just have to blast them and blast them.
The shotgun just really feels weak in this game, I guess.
It's so
but look at the ceilings, though. So you would never see that in Doom.
No. I mean, the architecture of this game is amazing. And
yeah.
I mean, that kind of brings me to like one of the big takeaways from this game is like the level design of this game is very abstract.
This secret right here.
Right here?
Right here, yeah. You have to walk against that. See that?
Oh, yeah, it's sticking out.
Yeah.
Where's it go? Oh, yeah.
And that is one of my favorite innovations of this game.
Quad damage.
Quad damage.
Pretty incredible.
It's the sound of it.
This is a good time.
The way the screen changes, like it's just beautiful. That's something they added to the new Doom was quad damage.
Right.
And I think Quake really perfected the power-ups. Like Doom had the Berserk pack, which was cool, right? Vulnerability and the Megaspheres. But this game's got quad damage, which is better than any of them.
Yeah.
Nice job.
No, it's interesting how much of the new Doom you see in this game. Like it really is it's a mismatch of Doom's combat style of dodging, projectile dodging, with this game's sort of physics and sort of sense of like feeling.
Yeah.
Although they don't have rocket jumping, which is just a fucking catastrophe.
Yeah.
I hate these little chicken monsters, man.
Yeah, they're like weird. Like they look like cross between like a bat and like some weird.
They remind me of like a little skinned chicken just running after you.
I like the noise they make. That.
I love the sound that the
grenade launcher makes.
Oh,
I know.
Oh man, it's incredible.
It's so like this game's sound design. That's one other thing I love about this game.
So yeah,
it feels so uniquely Quake. Mm-hmm. Like only this game sounds like this. Quake 2 doesn't sound like this. Doom doesn't sound like this. No other FPS. This game has that real specific feel.
Right.
Trent Reznor, right?
Trent Reznor did the sound with his band.
Him and
I think he might have done all of the sound, but he may have just done the soundtrack. I'm not.
I think I read American McGee did some sound design.
Okay.
But I don't know what the extent of that is.
That's interesting.
These guys are some annoying enemies. Only Jibbable.
Like this is one of these things that like why like this is a terrible design choice. You got an enemy that's undead, so you can't kill him again. The only way to kill him is to blow them up. It's not a really like a brilliant choice. Like it's an odd choice.
When I first fought them as a kid, I did not know how to kill them.
No, yeah. The first time I fought him, I was like, what the fuck?
What am I doing against these enemies? Look at this guy. You're stuck.
Oh, that's pretty silly.
Yeah, there you go. Oh. You can do this.
He's flying.
There you go. Watch your health though.
Yeah. So, but let's talk about the abstract level design. Like this is something you only really see in these old ID games. It's just, I think since Half-Life, we've had a real push towards realism and representations in places that look like real world places. Like
places that people live in.
Right. Whereas this doesn't look anything like a real world place.
No. It looks like a video game level. And that's kind of the beauty of it, right?
It's definitely the part. Yeah, it's a pretty magical thing, this abstract level design.
I really prefer to run through the video game levels and blast people because I just think they lend themselves to better gameplay.
Yeah.
Than a place that looks real, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I can see merits to both of them, but I think to your point, it's sad that we don't see this anymore.
It is. I think it's something I'd like to see brought back. I think with the push towards realism, we started to see, once we kind of got to pretty realistic looking games, we started to see games back off and take more artistic, abstract approaches. So I'd like to see first-person shooters do that.
Me too. That would be really cool to see that.
I mean, that's like, hey, developers, you out there listening, you want to know, oh, Shambler,
man.
An untapped market is... Okay, I'm gonna have to cheese this guy.
I wonder what the modern gamers would think of it, though. Would they be confused? Like, this is where am I going? What am I doing?
I mean, that is a risk, right? So this game goes out of its way to show you where to go, but like I said, I played through the entire game the last few days, and I did find myself getting lost in that sort of old school, like, two Shamblers.
What the here's the thing with the Shamblers. They actually take a reduced explosive damage.
Right.
So you're better off with the nail gun. But
better off getting some health.
yeah, so you can find something.
There we go.
You know, I really like the this kind of moldy wall texture.
Yeah.
Inside here. It's cool.
But anyway, like I was saying, abstract level design. I think like we could, if there's an untapped market for first-person shooters, it's first-person shooters that don't look like the real world.
Yeah, I bet you that the gaming media would be like, oh, this is, back to the basics.
Right. I mean,
in a bad way.
Yeah, maybe. I think like games like Super Hot kind of did that. Like Super Hot looks like
yeah, that's true.
It looks realistic-ish, but it's got a much more matrixy. Like it's supposed to look like a video game.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to this health pack. There we go. I'm making it. Do I have the key?
GoldenEye had kind of realistic-looking levels too.
GoldenEye did have realistic-looking levels, but the hardware didn't really allow it to achieve that sort of realism. Yeah. So it's like the GoldenEye's almost got some of the worst like get lost type levels. They're just the combination of like trying to be abstract and this is a trap, huh?
Yeah, watch out! Since shoots like a big. Yep.
Oh. Okay, yeah. Like I said, I played this the other day, so I'm primed.
Watch out! I think there's 2 more.
Yep.
Maybe just 1. I think it was 2. So this game has some pretty cool enemy design. Like man.
Well, it may be a good time to check another one of these sections. Let's do that.
Okay.
But what were you saying?
So it has some really cool enemy designs. This game.
Yeah.
I again wouldn't say it's. Let's not do this guy.
No, too hard.
Let's do the this one over here. Yeah, that's a good one.
This is a good one.
This is
Which one is your favorite chapter?
The Netherworld. I like the. So the Elder World has some pretty brutal levels, but there's these enemies you fight, these like slime enemies.
Oh, those things are stupid.
They're
so stupid,
ridiculously hard.
Apparently, they're added pretty late in the development cycle.
And they said that they didn't want to use too many of them because they were just too hard. They're just too mean. And they are.
They move in a weird way.
They move in a weird way. They hurt you a lot. They're fast.
Maybe we should show somebody. We should show off a couple of those.
You want to do it?
Yeah, let's go to a map. Let's get some of those on.
Okay, so try go into the console and yeah, you can just say.
We are playing the Dark Places mod, by the way, if you want to try this out.
So map space try E4 M5 I want to say, or maybe it's E4 M6.
That sounds about right.
Yes, I think this is it.
Oh yeah.
Quad damage, man. Oh, this is it, man. Prepare to die.
Playing this map today.
You only have the axe. At least you got quad damage, though. That was good of them. At least give you quad damage.
Yeah, I noticed some of these maps in the Eldritch Plane give you. There's the Elder Plane. They give you quad damage right off the bat. Of course, I didn't get any. I got a shotgun.
So like this map's cool. Like this map has like this it's like a mausoleum. You know?
I actually really like this thing's a freaking bitch. Oh, you gotta dodge their little grenades.
Yeah, they home in on you too.
I mean, this one gives you kind of a nice mix of like looking like a place, but looking like no place you've ever been.
Yeah.
Just really imaginative map designs. Okay,
there they are.
They are. Oh god.
That's a trap. Well, you have to go in, prepare to die. Oh my. Whoa. So yeah, these enemies
explode.
Are literally some of the hardest FPS enemies that I know of.
They kind of remind me of the little things at the beginning of Daikatana. Am I supposed to kill all these?
The switches, I believe, you have to hit.
God.
I'm gonna try that again.
Yeah, let's try that again.
At least they give you that mega health. They give you the mega health, and they give you the quad damage. So at least you could go down there and use the quad damage against those guys.
Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea.
I think this is floor right here. Try and blast them from here.
Oh, they explode.
So there's switches. Those enemies are so mean.
They are stupid.
But yeah, it's funny because like this game's big baddies, the Shambler, right? The big white guys that shoot lightning, but the slime guys are way harder. They're much more vicious.
Yeah, I think I'm playing this game in the wrong difficulty. It's definitely like the thing about like Doom, when you play in the harder difficulty, you just got to get good at moving and dodging. But this game, it's like so confined. You just got to be quick.
It doesn't have those like big open spaces.
No, it really. Yeah,
it's probably because they didn't want to make they were developing this.
It was well. All right, let's go to another map. But I think it was a
design choice,
a constraint, like an engine constraint.
Okay, I was thinking like they didn't want to go for anything too hardcore because they were afraid the average person's PC wouldn't be able to handle anything too brutal.
Yeah.
At the time.
Well, yeah, I'm not really sure why they did that, but it's probably an engine constraint.
Yeah.
Alright,
But shoot, Doom really does have this large scale. Like some maps having like 200 or 300 enemies in them.
Yeah.
And you know you can be fighting quite a few. I guess you get away with that.
Like 20 or 30 at a time.
With the 2D engine.
It's because
and
the sprites.
2D sprites.
Yeah.
Versus this 3D.
So no, that's one of the things. So they were limited by the 3D polygon count, right? So they could only make so many enemies. So they tried to make the enemies harder. Like, again, so much of this game is like the stresses of just like a shitty development cycle. Like they just couldn't get it done the way. Like Doom is such a polished game.
Yeah, it really
whereas
was.
this is not a polished game. It's such a confused game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame.
But I mean, in some ways, it gives us like it gives us this crazy aesthetic.
It gives it like some novelty.
Yeah,
like it's definitely like there's no game like this game. It's a very unique game.
No, there's nothing like this game, and it's interesting because it was also, it was the only game of its type when it came out. Like
yeah, definitely.
Like we don't have anything aesthetically like this, but we do have other games that kind of play like this now.
What damage?
Time,
yeah.
That was pretty daunting.
That was, dude. Come on. That's beautiful though.
Okay, let's get in here.
Watch the jibs fly, man. Just get in there.
Quad damage is my friend.
It's like the greatest, man. Just that sound.
Yeah.
I literally don't think they could have given it a better sound.
No,
like
that weird synthy electric guitar sound.
Every time it's just like it really feels like you're doing 4 times the damage. Like that sound just gives you that like it's awesome. I was so happy when I played the new Doom that I found quad damage. It was just such a great yes.
No, it's one of the real excellent contributions that Quake has made to ID's current catalog.
Yeah. Oof. But yeah, so you start out with tech base, right? And then you go to the castle, kind of medieval maps.
Does it always go to a castle map next?
I'm not sure, and I forgot what this one. I know this game's maps pretty well, but not nearly as well as I know Doom's.
Right.
I've only beaten this game probably a few times.
I've only beaten it once, actually.
I played through Doom more times than I can count. I know like every map pretty much by heart. I practically know all the map makers every map for Doom 2.
Let's go get the rocket launcher.
Grenade launcher. Jib these fools. Yeah. But yeah, I never really thought about that. You're right though. The maps really are a lot smaller in this game.
They're a lot smaller, but you still move at the same speed, and that's so you don't really have that dodging space that you had in Doom, which you're just bumping walls all the time.
Half-Life is very similar. It's just kind of corridors. Black Mesa is not the most open place.
Right. No, definitely not.
But you also move very fast in Half-Life.
That's true. I mean, that's like, when did that stop being a thing? I guess with the World War II shooters? Oh.
Probably the World War II shooters, yeah. I want to say once iron sighting became the norm and hip shooting was not the norm.
Right.
Everyone started slowing down, taking cover, and reloading.
Reloading. Yeah, that's right. You don't have to reload. I mean, none of these weapons would even make sense except for maybe the shotgun to reload.
Right. You do kind of reload the shotgun. At least the double barrel. I always imagine that he just reloaded he put the clips in off, or the 2 shells in off screen.
Yeah.
Like you shoot this thing, it's like, but I don't know.
I want to get to do these levels so quick. Okay, this is a little danger zone down there.
Yeah, I don't remember how you trigger that. You can hear the enemies snarling in there. But another thing, this game, the enemies are cool, but they're definitely not as recognizable or defined as they are in Doom.
No, absolutely
They're definitely not.
Did you have a favorite map? Have you played have you seen the map? There's the wind tunnel map.
That one's fun.
Do you know what map number?
That map could never exist in Doom.
Ziggurat, the one with the low gravity?
Yeah, I think it's E1M7.
Let's go there. All right. So what's this map called? Ziggurat? Okay.
Yeah.
I remember this
Pentagram Protection
from the Nintendo 64
version.
Yeah,
me too.
Which is how I played. It's not the first way I played this game, but I think I beat it on the Nintendo 64. So I guess that means I've beaten it twice. Pretty like this is something that you just wouldn't see. Sure shit wouldn't see it today, but you never saw it in Doom. I mean.
Yeah.
This crazy architecture, this low gravity, the physics are such an important part of the way this game plays.
Yeah. I remember thinking it was like I'm flying as a kid. It was such a cool It reminded me of Rise of the Triad. You can get this power up that lets you fly.
Okay.
It's kind of like same with Duke Nukem, like this, but it's like this kind of very artificial, cheesy flying.
Yeah.
Where it's like this had like this like really weighty like feel to it
Mm-hmm.
because the gravity is like still in place.
Right.
It's a really cool thing. This map's actually a really cool looking level too.
It is. Is this is a secret map, right?
This is a secret map. I don't remember how you get to this map. It's been too long. I love the lightning gun.
Lightning gun.
I love it. The Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
It's just, it's really like, I don't know. So it's no BFG, right?
Right.
But like it demands something else, like perfect aim. And people move so fast in this, but it does such a high amount of damage, right? So it's kind of like a risky weapon.
Right.
But it also just destroys everything. So, I don't know, as a kid, I remember thinking it was just such a cool thing that I'm shooting lightning,
Mm-hmm. The lightning gun is definitely an awesome gun.
A good addition to the Quake library.
Is there anything like that in other games? Like, I'm trying to think of...
Other than, of course, Quake and Doom now.
The lightning gun is in Quake 3.
Quake 3 and now it's in the new Doom as well.
The lightning gun's in it is?
Yeah.
Oh, in the multiplayer.
Yeah, you can also get it in Snap Map.
Wow.
Yeah, I put it in my Snap Map.
That's pretty
I
cool.
was like, come on, I gotta have a lightning gun. Oh yeah, see this low grav rocketing, man?
20 years of Quake? Pretty fucking cool.
20 years of Quake.
I want to see some more Quake. I don't know. Everybody out there should play Quake for the 20th birthday.
Play Quake. Frag your friends, man.
Yeah, I would really... I think we need to get a Quake LAN session going pretty soon here.
I agree.
Yeah, that would be pretty good. All right, well, thanks for listening. This is Aaron and...
Kevin?
And we are just doing a quick little, happy birthday to Quake.
Yeah.
All right, well...
Thanks for listening, guys.
That's all, folks. See you later.